Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my high ELO game cast. I am Sylphin. If you're wondering why we've gotten two relatively close, simply because these are easy for me to do, relatively speaking. And since I'm away at the developer live stream for Shinbi, I thought that this would be nice and easy for you guys to enjoy while I am away. Here in today's game, we have incredibly high ELO, 2162 versus 2138. We got some big names in here as well. Jay Leo, Suki Robbles, I recognize. Oh, main proficiency survivor. Pretty crazy game that I hope that you guys learned something and enjoy. Let's get right into it, ladies and gentlemen, here in this game. Once again, it looks like we have there we go. We have the health bar buffs, but thank you for letting me know that you can just simply go back and forward and remove that. Here on the blue team, we have a Master Splinter on Decker, Survivor on Sparrow, Defizi, Def, I'll call him on Guang, Proficiency on Muriel, and Omain on Lieutenant Bellica. So we have not much of a front line, just Kwong here in the melee range, but you know what, proficiency here on Muriel will provide that shields, so very interesting team composition, obviously. With the Decker for the control, Kwong, very nice synergy there, especially with it between the Decker and the Sparrow, and as the ultimates. Bellica certainly able to pretty much burst somebody down and be a good confirmation killer. On the orange team, we have Chill Phil on Decker, Jay Leo on Severog, Suki on Sparrow, They Call Me L-Man on Greystone, and Pathetic on Gadget. So it looks like this orange team, a little bit better of a team composition, if I were to say so. We have Decker as the support, Severog as a nice front line, very strong front line with Severog and Greystone. Nice caster, very meta caster here as Gadget, Sparrow, the hyper carry, and a very, very strong support to support a very strong team. So as for the laning phase here, looks like we have a Bellica versus Gadget here in the mid lane, and a Sparrow Decker and Sparrow Decker mirror matchups here in each safe lane, but the offlaners being very different between the Greystone here on the orange team and Muriel on the blue team. I personally really love the Muriel offlane idea. Really strong. Here's proficiency getting very much harassed here as that very strong initiation with the minions running up between the two minion camps here. Unfortunately, doesn't work very well. We have Kwong being executed by minions. We can go back here and take a look at exactly what happened here. Looks like he was trying to get this green buff a little early, and without a Sylphin or a scythe here, doesn't look like it's going to happen. How? That's a misplay, unfortunately, there. As you can see, he was very close, unable to get the kiting to happen properly, and that is quite unfortunate. So early game builds here, pretty much standard. As you can see, health potions across the board with healer tokens for those laners, healer tokens as well. A little more strike tokens than I have seen here in this early game. Suki going for 2 strike tokens and health potion, obviously to keep you alive there in the early game, as the Decker is not choosing to go for a circlet of health. Instead, health, mana, and scout sword. Very nice and diverse options. Very nice and you know, very well diverse. Very it can obviously do quite a bit in a lot of different scenarios. Pardon me getting out these words. Looks like Survivor and Master Splinter here going for some very interesting decision here to freeze their lane very close to their tower. Very interesting choice. I haven't seen them choosing to do any differently, so they are definitely choosing here to push this lane, to let the lane get pushed up right to the towers, maybe to try to get some early game shenanigans here on this Greystone, as looks like we have Master Splinter here looking to position very very closely, very aggressively on the Greystone, as the Suki here, or Survivor, pardon me, could definitely run up there and try to do, try to get him, but no, it doesn't look like they're going to do that. Master Splinter going to wait for that stun to come back off cooldown and try to maybe make something happen here. So that early game Kwang execution, not really going to put anybody back. It's just going to maybe scrub his rotation a little bit, but really that's not going to be very much of anything. Pathetic and main here going to have a nice time. Does two very nice casters here. Not really any shenanigans gonna happen. They call me man is gonna have a tough time getting taken down here. Survivor going to be able to get out of that tower range and come back with some nice tower damage. We do have the Sevarog with the root. That's one dead Survivor if the gadget can get it, and yes, there is the mine. Very nicely done to secure that rotation. At least get a 1-for-1 here in the orange team's offlane, as to not make sure that Survivor can easily get some farm up here in the early game, get some sort of advantage to snowball into the late game, as you definitely don't want that to happen, especially on somebody like Sparrow. So nice job here from the orange team rotating over to secure that one to Bud. Here's Pathetic getting got out herself, and with that Kwang sword, that's gonna definitely mean the blue team here gets 2-for-1 here in this early game, as the blue team definitely coordinated that very much, as they maybe wanted to punish the orange team for maybe getting that good rotation off in their offlane, securing that kill on Survivor. Maybe trying to claw some sort of advantage here in this early game, which is going to help them. Looks like Survivor did indeed 1v1 that Greystone here in this safe lane. Very nicely done. Really, that is that high execution here from these high ELO players, going to town, making sure that they can make that happen. Here comes the Kwang sword. It does get chill fill here, as that might be a gank here, but the 3-person blue team rotation here is going to make that. Nope, unfortunately they do get that. And here's Defsy, very nice ultimate by J Leo to secure his death as well. So 1v1, the blue team unable to really get a pick and get out of there. Fantastic rotation by the orange team to really make sure that happens, that they secure some kind of lead here. Here comes Pathetic with this nice stun from the Decker. Maybe that kind of screws up her rotation. Yeah, unfortunately not. She does have her ultimate, actually, and unfortunately she doesn't choose to use it there. Could be a replay bug as well. Maybe she doesn't have it, but that could have been a good gank. Well-placed Tesla Dome here to force Survivor and Master Splinter to go to maybe stay by the tower a little bit and enable They Call Me Man to get some good damage off. Looks like we have a little bit of a jungle invasion here by J Leo with the purple buff, calling on the help from the mid laner here. Pathetic with both purple buffs. Oh my goodness, this is going to be an absolute destruction, as fantastic utilization of those purple buffs. Now can they escape the 3-person? Oh dear, three person. Very nice stun here on Pathetic. Yep, that should be one dead Pathetic, and J Leo gets taken down. Fantastic job here by the blue team for taking them down. Can the Greystone secure some kind of revenge here? No, you better be careful. Oh, but he doesn't have his ultimate, or maybe that is a replay bug as well. He should be able to maybe secure another one here. The orange team needs to make something out of that, as they have two people dead. They need to get at least one in order to make sure that the blue team here doesn't. For the blue team to not get too far ahead. Looks like, very nicely done by Suki with that fantastic piercing shot. But They Call Me Man, it goes the wrong way, and unfortunately that gives the advantage to the blue team here in this early game, able to get those collapse on the orange team, even though they had that fantastic dual purple buff jungle invasion. Blue team did a better job here collapsing, securing a profit from that early game engagement. And yeah, that's going to be a little bit of a profit here for this blue team. 7-5. Hopefully that doesn't affect their farm too much, and it looks like no, it absolutely does not, with the CP lead here going to the blue team. Again, a little bit better of executions here, better collapsing here, and better, you know, better revenge, better execution on the revenge for anything happening. Pathetic, fantastic stun here by Omain, and yep, that is one dead Pathetic. He's going to, he knows that he is dead as well. He has to maybe secure a 1-for-1, but unfortunately, no, he does not. As the Belka does get away, Omain doing a perfect job here, retreating, enabling the other two members of his team to peel for him and take them out. Yep. Blue team here doing a better job executing on these rotations, on these ganks, and that might be the orange team's doom here, as even though the orange team has a better team composition, if you ask me, the blue team is just simply executing better. They are simply just making sure they secure kills, making sure that they do something. So here's Omain here. Here's Suki coming in, but maybe she had that positional advantage. Now she doesn't necessarily. Here, can she secure a kill on Omain? No. Oh boy, can Sylphin. There we go. That is one dead Omain. Oh, but the clutch Muriel ultimate, fantastically done. Here is Suki. Can she secure the kill? No, and she. Oh, but she does get out. But there's the stun to secure her death as well. Unfortunately, here Sylphin is trying to peel for Suki, but no, she's gonna die again. And look at that execution from the blue team. That control from the Kwang and the Decker has absolutely been spot on here in this early game. And you know what? That is giving them the lead. The Decker and the Kwang MVPs here for this blue team, simply using that control, enabling the Kwang and the Belka. The Belka has fantastic stuns as well. Survivor here has been just laying it out, as fantastic synergy between all of the heroes here on the blue team to really spell doom. As you can see, the CP lead is starting to get a little bit faster, even though Suki and Jay Leo is doing a fantastic job here in the farming department. Survivor is simply just pulling ahead here, 19 versus 16. Going to be very, very, very important. So here at the 11-minute mark, we'll do a quick pause here, take a look at the builds, see if there's anything out of the ordinary. Burst engine, absolutely love that for the mana regen here on Bellic especially. Kwang here, yeah, Sorcerer's Ward not going, not going Shadow Scroll Kwang, at least for now, with the Wind Carver Blade. I absolutely love that. Maybe with all of the control here, the stun, the stun and slow, and especially Kwang himself with that root. That is going to definitely pay off, focusing on the basic attacks as well. Survivor, very nice to see a ward on a carry. Absolutely love it. Love it, love it. If there's anybody that's not going to have a ward, could certainly be the carry. But you know what? That power is mathematically correct here in this early game, even though he does already have the Wind Carver Blade and Wind Carver Blade with the one minor kinetic. Absolutely, Sparrow does like her kinetic just a little bit. Wind Carver Blade, perfect. Absolutely perfect here in this early game. Lord's Ward, Shaman's Drink, Amulet of Veteran, a little bit of health. Absolutely here for Decker. A little bit of power as well. Perfect. Here on the orange team, again, Decker, nice, and same thing as you can see here, Lord's Ward, Scouts Ward, Mad Potion, and Elder Mage Amulet. A little bit more power. Actually, no, it doesn't really matter. It depends on how you upgrade it. Here, Jay Leo going for a nice Stalker, Sylphin, absolutely fantastic card here for Severog, Assassin's Ward, and the Wind Carver Blade. Perfect. Suki, perfect. Greystone here with the Guardian's Ward, and Gadget here with a Strike. Interesting choice here for the Healer Token, Mana Potion, and Health Potion. I actually really like that. Very diverse, very it pays off in a lot of different situations. Why can't I get that one word out, as it is eluding me? Very cool builds here. As you can see, those tokens and one point cards are actually really prevalent here in this game, as these high ELO players can definitely utilize their individual value very, very well. Looks like this blue team's Bellica here is pushing the orange team's safe lane, and looks like that's going to be a good amount of damage here with a whole bunch of siege minions right at the back there. You can see slow push that. Look at that, nice damage here. Takes down the tower to half health, as that gives a siege advantage to the blue team for sure, as both of their orange teams tier 1 are low on health here. We do have everybody back into their lanes here, looking like the orange team is going to go back to their lanes, try to get some little bit of farm up, as that's definitely going to be their strategy now here in this early mid game, late early game. Simply need to catch up in the CP department to try to claw back some kind of an advantage again. Here is looks like a gank here from on the mid lane on Pathetic. They will be able to dive the towers. Missed sword and a missed stun. Well done by Pathetic there to dodge those. That would have been one dead Pathetic with a little bit of root held in place in order to make a lot happen. Here's Def going to go in here, secure the kill on this green buff, steal that. Can he get out? Absolutely, as Suki and Chill. Excuse me, pardon me, wow, came out of nowhere. And it looks like the orange team is grouping up here in this mid lane. Suki is coming into to help. Here is, Pathetic getting a little bit out of position. He's not going to be able to, yeah, absolutely deleted here. But gets a good amount of damage on Omain and Survivor as well. So that maybe eliminates them from split pushing here in the, or pushing this mid lane down for the orange team. But no, fantastic pull. There is the Sevarog ultimate. But very nicely done to get out of that Sevarog route, which is definitely coming. Here comes the Muriel, and there is the Master Splinter going to be a-okay to get out of. Looks like the blue team fence and the orange team fence. Whoa, dual fences here. But nice fence here by Chill Phil to keep Master Splinter and whoever else just died there from dying here. They call me man is joined in on the fight. Now that they have the numbers advantage, they will be able to push, especially with this Greystone with the amounts. The crazy sustain and presence that he has, going to be very strong. As the orange team now might be able to get this tower here. Chill Phil wants to just poke this down just a wee bit, almost get this mid lane tower. That would provide the orange team with a much more map control, as the blue team wouldn't have that security of the mid lane that is very important for rotating into the other lanes, getting those lanes pushed up and getting that siege advantage. Orange team here going for the Raptors very easily with that numbers advantage. Survivor can't really do much and might be able to squeeze out that Raptor, but no, Survivor, you got to get back because the stuns and the damage here from Suki is going to be way too much. They call me man is going absolutely ham, but not sure what he was doing as the, unfortunately, the, but nicely done to dodge that. Unfortunately, miscommunication there as they thought that they were going in, and that's going to be one dead Survivor man, as it is definitely dead. Misplay there, as he maybe thought that they were going in, but unfortunately that means two are dead, as the Greystone and Pathetic on Gadget here is taken down. Now the blue team totally switching that around, as you can see, just totally putting the pain to this orange team for them, taking out the blue team, but then the blue team responds here. As you can see, that's something that's very prominent in today's meta here at the high ELOs, at least from what I have been seeing, is that they are able to absolutely punish people for overextending, for trying to, position a little bit aggressively, trying to chase kills. These high elo players can punish that immensely, and the back and forth nature between these teams at this ELO is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. I do want to mention here that doesn't have to do with this replay, as I am fully aware that ELO is not a official ranking by any means. It is not an official ranking. It is third party, and a lot of these players use very varying techniques to inflate their ELO beyond what their solo queue skill quote is, whatever that could mean. But I fully understand that. We're just trying our best here to get some high ELO, high skill, hopefully, play to you guys and just cast them, see what they do, as you know what, it's the best that we got here, and I'm just simply trying. I do realize it is not official by any means, as I'm looking very forward to when ranked play is incorporated into Paragon, getting my hands on those very high Masters League and the very high league games. Could be absolute joy to see those games in action. Looks like Sylphin and Suki here positioning very aggressively. Maybe they have a great vision across the map here. They don't necessarily see the rest of the team here, the Kwang and the Sparrow, but they are going to push that up at least there and maybe rotate mid here to try to force an engagement here with the Muriel. With the Muriel and Decker, both supports here out of position. So maybe this is their chance to push this mid lane a little bit, but I don't think that they're going to be able to have enough time to clear this lane and get this mid lane tower before the Decker and Muriel. They both did recall, so now is their chance if they want to group up. The Belka and Kwang here is coming in to defend their mid lane, and no, it doesn't look like no, unfortunately they're not gonna do that. Survivor here has 4 people collapsing on him. 5, nope, the Gadget is the same mid lane, so he has to be very careful. Does he have wards? No, not necessarily. But here comes the Sarok. J. Leo is going to start that engagement. He needs that control. Suki is just waiting for that to happen, as now the blue team is collapsing here. And there is Suki and Sylphin. Absolutely fantastically done. Well done indeed. Oh, Survivor with the absolutely fantastic job here. Oh my goodness. Clutch Muriel ultimate, but it's not enough. Can Suki escape? Very nice containment fence here by Sylphin to keep Daisy Def here, sorry, pardon me. And what is happening? Oh my goodness, they call me, man. His sustain is absolutely monstrous. Keeping that front line, J. Leo is just sitting there waiting for that time to strike. There is the time as he deletes them, as looks like the orange team is putting the pain to the blue team, as now the blue team is trying to get somebody. They do get J. Leo. Here comes oh boy, Pathetic, and Omain is going 1 for 1, but she has to retreat here because now the blue team has regrouped in the back line. Looks like Suki there was had to ditch out due to low health, and he's not going to enable the blue team to get the orange team's carry out of the game. And very nicely done here. Sylphin, can he get Omain by himself? Oh, but he needs reinforcements. Very, very close. It is up to there. There's Master Splinter getting slowed by the Seek and Destroy. No, unfortunately not. Wow. Back and forth, you guys can see they can make absolutely anything happen. These one-on-one battles here in the backlines, absolutely insane. What can we say here? Well done by both teams. The blue team unable to come to Survivor's aid. Survivor does go down, but the clutch Muriel ultimate absolutely enables Survivor to deal pretty much the entire health of Suki in damage there in that brief moment. Absolutely fantastic. What a joy to see these high ELO players do their craft so well. Here at the 20-minute mark, we can take a look here at the builds. You know, briefly pause here onto the Pure, absolutely coming out for the Decker. The other Decker here, not just yet, as hasn't spent the CP just yet. On the Pure must be coming out as well. Survivor here going for Hunter's Guile, no Blink Charm if that is there. But you know what? I think Hunter's Guile is much better. Just a 2 CP cost for that active, much better than the 5 for the Blink. As Hyper Carry here, Sparrow can definitely use that CP. Looks like a little bit of Shadow Scroll Kwang with the little bit of focus on that attack speed as well. Absolutely very nice. I like to see that balance, as you know what, you can still get that high amount of damage, but then at least her basic attacks still are very strong. Adamant Edges out for this Muriel, as she is being the caster, as she can provide that sustain on herself with her own shields, and you know what, it's very, very powerful. Absolutely monstrous. Silver Spear here on Belka, love it for that health regen. Really, really important here in this early game, as it really does a lot. Burst Engines, love it. Magna Lens, love it. Absolutely fantastic cards here for that Minor Shock. Not mathematically correct, but I mean, it is okay, as it will make that. It will make the math much easier to get correct later on if you have this early, so really not that bad. Chill Phil here working on this Elder Mage Amulet, very nice. What else? Suki looking good. J. Leo looking great as well. They call me, man, going for fighter, as that sustain is very strong. Oh, health, 2 point health on there as well. Impact Hammer will be very nice. And Gadget again, look at that Silver Spear. That mid lane health regen is very, very strong, as you know, that presence in that mid lane is very, very needed. So if you can stay there, absolutely very important, because your mid lane is so important for that mid lane security and map security. I really can't argue with that, as you can see that Pathetic and Main here has definitely been very, very prevalent in this mid lane. Looks like Survivor here is going to need a little bit of help. It doesn't have a health regen, but that power here is very, very strong. As already 34 CP at the 20-minute mark. Able to get those raptors very strong. Looks like they're going to try to get a little bit of a gank here on Pathetic, but he does see that. Is the Decker's route there? No, fortunately not. Or the Quan route, as that was a missed opportunity there for the blue team. Good game sense by Pathetic here to retreat. Here comes Jay Leo wanting to clear his jungle of wards, but he's not able to maybe root anybody and try to get a three-person pick and one of the blue team, but no, unfortunately not. Jay Leo shooting off from above there. Love to see that happen, as he is going to secure a purple buff here, maybe trying to make some shenanigans happen. Looks like Sylphin is a little bit in trouble, but I don't think the Decker is going to be able to stun her and get Omain to help. Here is Jay Leo here, positioning very, very aggressively, waiting for his team to respond. There is the very nice, yeah, Omain is absolutely annihilated. Nothing Master Splinter could do there, as just simply great utilization of Sevarog's abilities and that purple buff. Greystone pushing down the left lane here. He has the sustain and the escape to absolutely warrant that, as his presence in an off lane can absolutely force the enemy team to respond, and it usually isn't very rewarding. So absolutely great job here by this Greystone to push that very nicely. Here comes the containment fence from Master Splinter for the blue team, but doesn't look like they get anything on there. Oh, she gets absolutely annihilated. Jay Leo gets annihilated, and the blue team actually changes this around, as the gadget ultimate unfortunately doesn't really end up being much of anything, as now the blue team is after Pathetic here in this mid lane. I don't think she's going to be. There is the stun can proficiency. No, the damage isn't there, but there is the slow. Can Survivor get into position to absolutely melt Pathetic? Absolutely is going to be able to. Pathetic going to ring around the Rosie, trying to delay the inevitable, make some sneaky mistake here, but no. There's Survivor with the above the cliff snipe to the face. And unfortunately, that means the blue team here is going to have even more of an advantage, as you can see, 18 to 10, with the CP absolutely being in their favor. Not as much as I would think. Absolutely fantastic job by the blue team to farm up. Greystone is split pushing, forcing the blue team to split. And you know what? That might explain here the siege advantage for the orange team, with a tier 1 blue team taken down as well. So here is they call me man is absolutely going crazy, trying to get the purple, the prime orb steal, but no, he's going to absolutely be able to get out of there easy. Chillfield's going to have to be actually careful, but they call me man, maybe trying to peel for Chillfield, as it actually gets away here, as maybe the blue team realizes that they don't want to get taken out here, as they do have orb prime, as yeah, they are going to retreat as well. And the orange team goes back as well. So the blue team has Orb Prime buff activated, and unfortunately they don't have any siege advantage, siege presence on the battlefield besides their mid lane and this left lane here. And they weren't in the position to rotate over there to push it fast enough. So it looks like they unfortunately have to go back and not fully utilize that orb buff. Maybe that was a bit of a misplay for the blue team, but at least they got it and are able to do something with it. So it looks like this orange team is grouping up here in the left lane. Not sure if they're going to be able to make anything happen out of it. I don't think so. With the blue team pushing down the mid lane, if they don't respond quick enough, might be a quick tier 1 pick for the blue team. Orange team is retreating, but no, the blue team isn't going to be grouping up. So looks like it's a little bit of a cautious play from both teams. They definitely know that there is no clear advantage for either of these teams. So they are playing it very safe. And no clear, pushing, no clear, very strong strategies in place for either team, as they are both utilizing their strengths well. The blue team here has gotten those early game picks, the early game kill advantage, but looks like now that the orange team is getting going with the in the CP department, now their arguably better team composition is maybe going to come into effect a little bit more, just simply because they're going to have those cards to complement their different abilities, their different roles very nicely. And here, look at this orange team. They're going to have a very nice gank here on the mid lane. It looks like J-Leo is going to try to maybe rush forward and push somebody down, but no, there is a tier 1 absolutely focused down here, and the orange team didn't respond in time, as they definitely had a good flank, but no. There is a nice stun on O main here with the there is the, yes, fantastic Chillfill with the ultimate, but no follow through from the orange team. No ultimate. There's a Tesla Dome. Oh my goodness, not much is happening, as we can see, because the blue team make everything. The Survivor's ultimate is just going to town, and unfortunately, no, there is the sustain from the orange team, rather, the Greystone sustain, able to just sit there in the backline, dealing that damage, forcing the blue team to kind of just slowly whittle away, even though Survivor did a fantastic job there with his ultimate, able to completely annihilate them. That is one dead Kwong as well, and the Decker might be able to get away from this Greystone. Yeah, he is absolutely as well. So look at that orange team just being very patient, not overextending, trying to save a lost cause there in their tier 1, waiting till they push up to the inhibitor to finally close the vice and secure the kill. It was surprising that the orange team came on top there with the Chillfill's fence not really being utilized by the Decker's ultimate. Was no synergy there, but they still were able to make that happen. Pathetic still had a good ultimate off period, so maybe that was the saving grace. A very nice stun by the orange team's Decker as well. Early on, enabled that mine to be placed on the Bellica. Maybe that was spelled the beginning of the end, as she was definitely eliminated very quickly from J-Leo's route as well. So you know what? Well done by the orange team to just take advantage of the fact that the blue team was pushed so far forward, and they simply just had that good initiation all together, and well done. Here at the 28-minute mark, we're going to take a look at the builds very carefully here. Looks like, yeah, again, Suki and Survivor here. I have noticed that these carries don't go six-point cards. They actually only go 5, and then even then they go quickly into their 9s and 12s, as they need to utilize all CP available to them to at least get them that crit and that crit bonus very quickly, irregardless if they have all slots filled. And you know what? They know that their heroes, they understand what is when their heroes spike, and you know what? It's absolutely fantastic to see, as you can see here with 100 Scala, just getting that for that active, very powerful. With the main not doing anything too fancy just yet, as both teams here are going for nice 2 silver spears for a little bit of health regen. I really do like that, as I think health regen and mana regen a little bit underrated in general in today's mana. And yeah, nothing too spectacular from either team, as they are fairly standard here. Brief delay in the combat for both teams, as both teams are trying to take care of their jungles, trying to take care of their lanes, but looks like the orange team is going to have an advantage here with the lanes pushed up in their favor. Now it's just a matter of whether they can group here and try to take down somebody on the blue team, get a numbers advantage, and then push for an inhibitor or another tier 1. Look at J-Leo already having those crazy amount of stacks. Great to see her at the 29-minute mark. my goodness. Absolutely going to be very, very strong. Unfortunately, can't see the number of his stacks, but we know it's at least 140, I do believe, as he's going to have a nice amount of health, 2132 to complement the little bit of damage he got here in this early game, and now transitioning into some sustain. Will definitely be very nice. Lots of guard and health to warrant that. Absolutely very, very effective. Looks like the orange team did not utilize the fact that their lanes were pushed on the blue team side of the map, as now they are forced to retreat. Pathetic here, maybe looking for a little. Very lucky that that O-Main and the Decker and Kwong did not collapse there on her, but it looks like the Greystone and Severags are looking like they're kind of trying to make something happen. No, Jay Leo decides not to go to the mid lane, as it looks like They Call Me Man, and definitely has a little bit more sustain here in this, but he can't get poked down too much. Doe doesn't want to wait. Here's a little bit of an engagement. Oh, look at the Kwong getting absolutely taken out. Fantastic job here by the... Oh, but he stays alive from the Muriel ultimate. Wow, that does mean that the orange team here does have an advantage, but look at Survivor's ultimate absolutely melting the orange team. Fantastically done. That Decker's ultimate enabling Survivor to absolutely melt the entire orange team. Well done, well done. Absolutely fantastic to see that synergy between both teams here. Now Survivor's gonna have an easy time taking down They Call Me Man here on the Greystone. Well done indeed. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Easy peasy for this blue team to pull out an advantage in a team fight between that Decker and Survivor. And you know what? I absolutely love that. I absolutely love seeing that the synergy between these, the execution, absolutely very, very on point. Love to see that. Is, you know what, that is what we dream. That's what we dream about here in the lower ELOs. At least I am, and it's absolutely fantastic to see here. As now the blue team the lanes aren't really pushed in anybody's favor at all, but looks like the blue team here is going to go for the Orb Prime. Looks like J-Leo's maybe trying to steal it, and that was a clutch stun by the blue team's Decker there to keep J-Leo from trying any shenanigans to save, as now Pathetic and J-Leo have to retreat, as now the blue team once again has the Orb Prime. And once again, though, they don't have the lanes pushed in a good position. The only one is this left lane, and they aren't in position to rotate over there. So kind of a pseudo wasted or prime, but the buff does last a long time, and they did end up using the last one there to push down that mid lane, get a tier 1 at least. So we do have some time here for the Orb Prime to take away and see if this blue team here can make anything happen with this Orb Prime. Take a quick look at the CP. Suki already at 60 freaking CP at the 33-minute mark. My God. And it looks like he is going for a Blink Charm instead of the 100 Skull. But, oh my goodness, Survivor here going for a Blink Charm and a 100 Skull. Absolutely going to be very, very elusive here in this game. And you know what? If that can pay off, that's going to be absolutely very, very, very effective. Survivor with the whole bunch of control from the rest of his team as well, the sustain here from the Muriel as well. It's going to be very, very powerful. Survivor here looks like he's going to be in a bit of an issue, but there's a Blink Charm going to work as well, as unfortunately not much is going to happen. There's not much is going to happen here. J-Lu misses the route, and it looks like the blue team has to retreat. Survivor, I don't know, do you have enough damage to eliminate J-Leo? No, and there is the absolute fantastic job here by the orange team. Look at Suki absolutely going to town. No, there's the stun to prevent the blue team here from being taken out. They are high on the heals proficiency. Looks like he's absolutely, yep. Oh, whose fence is that? Looks like it was Master Splinter's. Very nice job. Very nice job to peel for her team, but unfortunately, looks like the orange team came out on top there, even though they don't have Orb Prime. Wow, well done by this orange team. As you can see, like I've been saying, these high ELO players have absolutely the capability of abusing out of position targets, people that are playing aggressive, you know, getting out of line a little bit. And it looks like this is going to be a tier 1 tower. As long as this orange team can focus the inhibitor, it should be the end of this mid lane and give the siege advantage to the orange team. And look at that! Even with Prime Orb, the blue team does not come out on top there, and that was absolutely fascinating. As you can see, the peeling happening for each team, the splitting off, trying to make some clutch 1v1s happen, but it never really came out. So wow, very nice to see here. So it looks like 22-19, the orange team here has been picking it up in the kill department as their team composition maybe starts to come into effect a little bit more. Again, with that CP, like we said earlier, as the rolls here getting a little bit better. Stasis Gem coming out for the gadget. Absolutely love to see that. As you know what, a gadget can certainly lure people into a good position for her ultimate. Place down that ultimate, and you know what, I very much like that. I did have a build based around Stasis Gem and luring people into her ultimate, and it's great to see that here in this match. Here comes Pathetic. Maybe she knows that she can be a little bit aggressive with that Stasis Gem, but no, she does choose to go back. And it looks like, is there any other really cool thing here? No, Tempest Pearl coming up and on up here for Chill Phil. Absolutely love Tempest Pearl. Can be very useful here at most times. And also Stasis Gem coming out for Omain. That's very interesting, as maybe they are onto something. Purity Sensor absolutely here for the Decker is very important. Here's Pathetic getting taken out again, being a little bit over aggressive, not sure exactly what they were thinking. They're maybe trying to steal some Raptors, but unfortunately it's going to not be it's not going to end very well here if the blue team has their way. Julia has to be careful. Survivor's going to come in. No, okay. So very lucky there for Pathetic, trying to be a little bit aggressive. Maybe he's trying to steal some buffs. Here's J Leo. I'm not sure what he's wanting to do instead of just harass their Master Splinter. And unfortunately, that is a tier 1 taken down for the orange team, as the blue team is pushing down the left lane. Orange team has to respond as they are split pushing here. Very nice to see a split push here, as my goodness, where it is has split pushing gone to? Here it is, and here's Suki again with that clutch blink charm. Absolutely fantastically done. The absolute clutch stun here from Chill Phil to enable Suki to delete the Lieutenant Bellica. Here comes the Muriel, very nice 3-person stun as well. Enabling Defray. 2-person sword, as there's a stun, enabling easy pickings here from Suki. Oh, but Jafrain has to be careful. Oh, good. Look at Suki using the high ground. Fantastically done. Suki's going to absolutely be able to annihilate both members of the enemy team. Look at that positioning by Suki using that high ground. Absolutely changed the course of that battle. Wow. Holy smokes. I am floored by that simple choice to stay on the high ground. Wow. 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 Guys, I hope you are as equally impressed by that as I am, because holy smokes, look at this. They call me, man, with that lifesteal, with that sustain. Even with the ultimate, that's going to be 1 dead inhibitor. Core, pardon me. I know this game. As look at that, absolutely able to turn this around, use that little bit of mid lane advantage by the orange team, and wow, holy smokes, ladies and gentlemen, that was absolutely fantastic to see. My goodness, what a pleasure to see that. Very fine job by Suki there in this right lane. Wow, what a game! Very much back and forth, but the orange team did manage to claw that advantage here in that late mid game, get down this middle the middle tier 2 here and the inhibitor, and push the advantage for the win. Even though the blue team got 2 orb primes, orange team just played very smart. They let their team composition work to their advantage, stayed back, stayed ahead stayed at least to par in the CP department. Even though the blue team was winning on the kills, let that CP to give them the cards to fill out their roles. And you know what? Very, very strong performance by the orange team to claw back that just claw back there from that early game advantage that the blue team had. So let's take a very quick look at the builds. We have been taking a look, so very nice to see here. Some sustain here by the Decker, the Tempest Pearl, Purity Sensor, pardon me, and the Honor of the Pure. Absolute must. Hunter's Guile here coming out for Survivor, and the Blink Charm as you know what, as is very strong, as you can get the Whirling Wand, the Spear of the Rift Hunter for all of that crit and attack speed. Don't need much more attack speed than this here, as very much high on the damage. Not as much attack speed as I would maybe like to see, but what this does is it emphasizes the passive, and because maybe all of the control from the rest of this team would enable her to you know, keep attacking her target, especially with all of this mobility. I think that's definitely quite appropriate here. It looks like Kwang was definitely going for a very much bruiser build here, with a little bit of attack speed and power into a little bit of Shadow Scroll and ability penetration as well. Like to see that. Very nice balanced approach, keeps him very much a presence in those team fights, as you were seeing. Proficiency here going for the Battle Mantra, very interesting, as a pseudo kind of caster here with the Adamant Edges, Staff the Adamant, Sage's Ward, and Silver Spear as well. Very nice to see. Stasis Gem from the Bellica and both mid laners as well, with a nice mana regen. I absolutely love mana regen. Blink Charm as well on Bellica, absolutely a must, because her mobility is very limited. Here's Silver Spear as well for the other mid laner as well. Tempest Pearl and on a Pure on the Decker. J. Leo going for a very nice kinetics. Very nice to see that as well. As a very nice bruiser here on Sevarag. Works very well because of the stacks and the damage you get on the Sylphin. Suki again looking for the Blink Charm. Hyper carry. Just crazy to see, as oh boy, that would just crazy to see this with that crit chance. Oh my goodness, absolutely crazy. Greystone here going for a nice amount of damage. Yeah, that lifesteal was just crazy there. The sustain in that late game, very effective, and great builds here from both teams. Very nice game, well done. Hopefully you guys liked this half as much as I did, because this was absolutely fantastic. Back and forth, the team composition really coming into effect for the orange team, even though the blue team was doing a fantastic job in that early game, making sure they got some key revenge points and some key ganks. So well done. What do you guys think made this orange team kind of come back for the victory? What do you think made this a win for the orange team? Please like this video if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it, share it with the community. Of course, guys, subscribe. If you guys like this content, found it useful, please subscribe so I can do it for you in the future. Until next time, like always, stay optimistic and positive.